Hi, I'm Mrs. Burns. I'm the art teacher at Oak Crest School. I hope you like looking at the portraits drawn by the artist Maria L. Sohl, and today I'm going to demonstrate a way that we can make our own portraits inspired by her style. So let's get started. For this project, you're not going to need a lot of materials. In fact, you can use any kind of paper you want, but Maria El Sol used yellow notebook paper, so I just tore a piece of notebook paper out of a notebook, and she used pen and she used ink. So I just gathered together just a regular pen. I also got a pencil too, because sometimes people like to draw out their picture first, and I also grabbed a marker. Maybe you have a marker at home and you really want to use some markers, so that's fine too. So these are just the bare minimum of things you will need to do this project. Before we actually work on our project, I want to review with you some portrait drawing tips. So we know that a portrait is a picture of a person, and for the portraits that we're going to be drawing, we want to be just thinking about drawing the face, not a lot of the body, maybe some of the neck and shoulders, but mostly the face. So whenever you start to draw a face, you want to start with a nice oval shape for the head. So you can just draw it if you want to practice ovals a little bit. Sometimes I just add those lines to make it perfect. I don't care if it looks sketchy because I'm just practicing. And actually, when we work on our final portrait, these sketchy lines are going to be absolutely fine to keep in there. So don't worry about those sketchy lines. Okay, the next thing I like to add when I draw my portrait is the eyes. And I want to make them a little bit down on my oval, not up on the forehead. That would look silly. So some ovals, and the eye, and the little iris, and the pupil, that's what those are called. And then of course, don't forget eyebrows. And then I like to draw a nose, and I want you to make sure you include the nostril. That'll make it look more realistic if you have the realistic details added. When you can add eyelashes if you want. Maybe your person that you're drawing has freckles, that's fine too. All of those things are fine. A mouth with lips. Boys and girls have lips, so make sure you include lips. You can practice drawing, different kinds of lips. Or the best thing you can do is look in a mirror and see what kind of shape your lips have. Maybe you have really thin lips, maybe you have full lips. Everybody has different lips, and drawing them to look more like yours will make it look even more like you. I like to include the neck a little bit, and some ears, and of course some hair. And if I was doing this with a pencil, I could erase those lines I don't need anymore, but this is fine. So here's some hair. That person doesn't look too bad for a quick sketch. And you can practice any type of drawing or plan out any kind of project you're doing ahead of time on a piece of scratch paper, and really make sure you're getting it right. But anyway, these are the things that you should keep in mind. Football shaped eyes, noses with nostrils, mouth with lips, ears, hair. We want to include all those things in our portrait, okay? All right, great. Now let's just work on a portrait like Maria L. Sohl. Now she would use some kind of notebook paper, and I picked just this piece I tore out of a notebook. Maybe you have the same kind of yellow paper that she used, and that's fine. I'm going to use, I think I'll start with a pencil first, but I want to make sure my portrait fills the paper. So for your first portrait that you should do, I think you should do a self-portrait, a picture of yourself. And maybe you have a mirror or something at home that you can look at yourself while you're drawing. That would be great. but I'm gonna just use my pencil to sketch out the oval and the neck and the shoulders. And then I'm gonna go and use a pen, just like Maria did in her picture. So you can't erase with a pen, and that's okay. If you make a mistake, you just keep going with this. It's not about getting it perfect. It's just about a fun, different way to draw a portrait. And if you have a little mistake, you just scratch it out or just leave it. It's fine. So I'm gonna go back over my oval. I like those sketchy kind of lines. I'll add my ears in real quick and my eyes. And I'm not going to, I'm gonna kind of sketch it quickly because I think that's gonna look more like her style. I need a nose. I need my mouth. I'm gonna make my neck a little bit bigger. And oh gosh, I wear glasses, so that's sometimes challenging, but I just kind of draw my face and then I add the shape of my glasses. I think that kind of looks like me. Oh, but wait, I need hair. So I'm gonna first draw in my hairline. I usually wear my hair in a ponytail pulled back. So these are the lines with my hair getting pulled back. And here's the scrunchie and then the ponytail. Okay, and my neck. And now after you do your sketch, your drawing of yourself, now you can go back, and this I think is a really fun part. You can start to add some words that describe you or list details of things that you like. So first thing you should do is add your name. And then around the picture you can write, you know, your favorite things or things that you like to do or members of your family, whatever it is you want. So I'm gonna write my favorite color is yellow. I like to hear jokes. The Oak Crust kids know this. I love banana Laffy Taffy. I have 4 dogs, 3 kids. I'm an art teacher. And I can keep going and filling in all the spaces with things about me. But this would be a pretty fun picture. So when I'm done with this one, I can get some more notebook paper. Maybe I can draw portraits of my friends or my family or celebrities or athletes that I admire. And then I can display them the same way Maria Sohl displayed her all her portraits in a gallery. And if you do something like that, I would love to see it. So you can send me an email if you want to show me, or send your art teacher an email. But it could be really cool. Okay, you got what you needed? You watched the video? You can go back and re-watch the video or pause it and rewind it while you do your work. You have everything you need, and now it's your turn to get creating and making some awesome portraits. Go for it.